Zarna! Okay, we're back to craziness. Welcome to the Zarna page of hopelessness. So this is Zarna's Facebook, and she posts insane things. So I think we'll just go down a little bit and we'll have a look and see what she's posted today. It's always fun to see what she's posted because her posts never seem to make any sense. Some of the stuff has just been here forever, but this is one of the more recent ones. Now, I know Zarna is a Joshi. She's from a class system in India that doesn't actually do physical labor. She's more like a spiritual leader. Well, she isn't. But the family name sort of is used that way in the class system. Anyways, Zarna, I haven't been posting a lot of videos because I've been working, but Zarna, you're not really working. Oh, but she does claim to work. Look at this. Look at this. Her first claim at working. I work with the youth. Now, you may say I'm trolling Zarna, but I say she deserves it because she says these things. Okay, so she says she works, even though we can see physical labor is not one of the things she seems to be doing a lot of. She doesn't have too many scars or calluses on her hands from working. I doubt this is as a dishwasher. I work with the youth from around the country who are dismantling oppressive systems. In North America here, you might be surprised to find that we are kind of short on oppressive systems. I guess jail would be oppressive. Got a few systems. I guess mental health might be oppressive, but I know the Zarna Joshi household, I would consider that probably oppressive, but at least if she's anything like she is in public. Confronting racism. Really? You don't confront the racism at your rallies when these feminists are going at people who are just walking around and you attack them. And I don't know. I don't get it. I don't think. You acted in a pretty racist way to Humongous. So what's going on? Are these youth confronting you? And working for climate justice. Joshi is making up new words. Yay! A new concept, climate justice. What could climate justice? Who knows what she means by climate justice? I am so impressed and excited and hopeful due to the youth leadership I am seeing. Working with them is like a giant dose of vitamin C. What is in your vitamin C, Zarna? That whatever you're dosing yourself with, you probably should stop. Now, against the sickness of adult apathy, I can see it in you, Zarna. You're like, what, 40? And don't seem to have a job, don't seem to have anything. You're just sort of like sitting around, yelling at people. Adults, that would be Zarna, talking to herself in the third person. Get your shit together. Because the youth are not interested in your excuses or whining. Yeah, Zarna, I guess you really probably should stop talking to yourself in the third person. All right, let's move on, shall we? Zarna starts talking about something that I actually know some crap about. So this becomes an interesting... why? If you are a feminist and you're doing all these things and you're trying to promote feminism, why would you take and move to somewhere else? Oh, I have a ping from somebody. I am just going to reduce Joseph. We'll talk later. So why, if you are a feminist, would you go into something did squatly? You don't know a thing about it. Diddly squat. All right, Forbes. Let's have a look at you. All right. I'll see if I can move to the top on this one. Froze on me before. This is Forbes. This is the article she talks about. And they talk as if this pipeline is going to have problematic for the industry. Yeah. They somehow believe they're doing something for the environment by standing in the way of a pipeline. Now, honestly, when you're talking about crude oil, you couldn't be I don't know how you could be this dumb. But as far as the movement of crude oil in an environmental way, here's an article by Forbes. It's called Pick Your Poison for Crude, Pipeline, Rail, Truck, or Boat. So, I sort of sigh, like, why wouldn't you have thought of this before? Okay, what is the safest way to move crude? The worst is by truck. Then it's train is the next, is not as bad as truck. So truck is the worst, then train, then pipeline, and then boat. So we are moving to a environmentally safer way of moving the oil if you move from boat or from truck or train to pipeline or boat. So, and for the amount of oil spilt, truck is worse than pipeline, and pipeline is worse than rail. Okay, so if we're shipping by rail, there's some advantages. Now, I am certain that you must have realized, okay, so, yeah, in the United States, here's another point. So in the United States, 70% of your petroleum is already shipped by pipeline. So these pipelines aren't going to increase the oil shipment. It's going to make it easier to do maintenance on the pipelines. It'll free up a pipeline, but we're not looking at. One of the things I would say we're looking at is, as you try to pull out oil that has a higher and higher energy cost, the energy cost for getting the oil out of the ground is increasing. Now, using a pipeline uses it would use a lot less energy to move that oil across than, let's say, a truck, train, anything like that. Now, Zarna, you in your article, let's go back to it. You don't even, I don't think you even read. Like, study up your stuff. Figure out what the heck you're talking about before you start. If we shipped everything by pipelines, the environment would be better, not worse. Now, like, if you, I don't know how you think this, but so if you get, as far as human tragedy, pipelines are the way to go. Less humans are hurt. As far as the environment, compared to a truck or a train, pipelines still sit pretty good. There isn't a scenario where you're going to find that you're right in any which way. So Zarna, stop with the insane stupidness. You're wrong. All the time you're posting stuff, you're wrong. I find it entertaining. You can't grasp concepts, so you just yell and scream, even if you're wrong. So what's the purpose of fighting a pipeline? And you say stupid crap, which entertains me all the time. Will I stop trolling Zarna? I think she kind of wants to be trolled. She says stupid crap, right? She says stuff, and she's quoting Forbes, and I quoted Forbes back to her, 2 different articles. Forbes knows very well that pipelines are not environmentally the disaster that they're pointing them to be. They have an article stating that pretty precisely. So, and in the end, let's say we run short on oil. Having pipelines only makes things better, because it will use less oil. It will use less energy to move it. It will be less environmentally dangerous. It's causes less death. There isn't a way, if you're comparing this to hauling by truck or by train, there isn't a way that you're going to get these pipelines to look like they're a bad choice. They're the best choice in an environment that you're trying to save. So Zarna, you are dumb as shit. And I don't mind using the word shit because you used the word shit. So that's where you want to take this. And you're mean sometimes, and so then I have no problem attacking you. Not really attacking you. I'm just pointing out you're not logically sound. You couldn't piece this together in any sort of logical way that makes any sense at all. Of course, this is your typical. Get a job, do something useful, and whatever you're putting in your vitamin C, stop doing it. It's making you dumb as hell. You're just the dumbest, funniest dumb. I'll add this to the end here. Nobody go out and do any hate towards Zarna, although she may sometimes be trying to incite it against her, but there's no need for that. We're all good here. She's been pushed to the back door, out of the limelight, and she will never get the limelight again because everybody knows she doesn't have anything to say that's actually sensible. So watch out for Zarna. Post if you want to. Share, like, thumbs up, whatever you want to do. I am just having fun posting these things about Zarna. And coming up soon, I am going to try to get an actual interview with Zarna. So there's my little cliffhanger. We may actually get to see Zarna do an interview. Yay! Who wants crazy? Okay. Have a great day on your YouTube channeling, surfing, whatever you want to call it. Thank you and subscribe.